Hey y'all. Oh, look. I've been eating. How y'all doing, friends? Oh shit. I just spilled my. It's okay, it's fine. It's fine, everything is fine. Whew. Come on, AC. Blow that cold air. I'll be eating, y'all. So, anybody who doesn't like eating sounds, I apologize. I'm alive. It's been a day, y'all. It has been quite a day. Oh no. Oh no, Lori, that sucks. Okay. How y'all doing? How was the day? How y'all? How was your Thanksgiving? Anybody buy anything interesting? Well, I'm gonna tell you about my day. I don't know why I tried to do so many things today. I know why, because it took me 3 days to do my laundry. So if you be here for a while, you might remember that I've been trying to get to the salon to get my ends trimmed. I finally went today. I kind of decided late yesterday. I was talking to my friend. Oh, Lori, money I don't have to spend. That is my mood right now. But when I was really ill, Ooh, nice, Sharon, nice. I hope you feel better now. So, what was I saying? When I was really ill the past few months, I didn't have the energy to deal with my hair, nor could I tolerate anything being done to my hair, nor did I have the money to pay somebody to do something to my hair. So I did experience a lot of breakage because between me not taking care of it and the constant eczema flare-ups, it needed like a proper trim. I haven't had a proper trim since I cut off all my hair in 2011. So there's that. Oh, Lori, I feel you. If this computer that I'm on right now died. Okay, I need to undo these braids, but I need to eat first. So lately yesterday, my friend and I decided to do the salon because she needed to get her hair styled. So we made an appointment for 10:30. Oh, Tina's palette, nice. Shade C7, MAC Face and Body shade C7 is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I thought I would be N7, but I spoke to the consultant. Like, you can like message a consultant on the website and send them pictures of yourself, and the consultant perfectly shade matched me. They were like, C7 will work better for you, and it did. It like blends seamlessly into my skin. Are you going just with a new iPhone, or are you going to choose something else? So, okay, I need to take this braid out, at least just one for now, because it's too tight. Yes, Toya C7. So, what was I saying? Do I have scissors nearby? So I had a 10:30 appointment, and our goal was to leave at 9:45. Her husband is at work with the car, so we had to take a bus. So I told her not to braid it tight. I was hoping I could leave it in so I could film the end of my vlog I'm doing about going to the salon, but ooh, they have a 13 mini. Ooh. I haven't kept up with the iPhone. Generally, I've stopped looking at things I can't afford. Because I have enough being poor depression. Okay, so oh, that's much better. Oh, that was way too tight. Oh. Um, so we the plan was to be to leave at 9:45, but I needed to wash my sheets because they'd been soaking overnight. Because I'd been putting all these like oils and stuff on myself, so I wanted to soak the sheets overnight. Um, so I had to wash them today because they'd been soaking. But I put one load in and I forgot to put the second load in, and I put it in, but it was still going when I was ready to leave, and I didn't feel it would be safe to leave the washing machine running while I was in there. So I turned that off. I didn't have any cash, so I got some money from my aunt so I could pay the bus and stuff. And I did not think ahead of time like how much money I needed. Anyway, so we get to town and we have to stop at the bank so my friend can get cash to pay the hairdresser. So we decided to stop at the ATM closest to the hairdresser so I didn't have to walk as much. Well, that ATM is not working. There's a long line outside the bank. So I tell my friend I'll wait for her. And while she goes back to the supermarket to use that ATM, so that put us even further behind schedule. So by the time she makes it back to me, I finally take my phone because she was storing something I was supposed to mail out. And then I check the time. It's 11 o'clock. We're half an hour late for our appointment. Now, I hate being late. I hate being late. It really stresses me out to be late. So I'd missed a call from the salon. I call her back. I'm like, we're coming. So I get to the salon. She does my hair first, and then she does my friend's hair. So by the time we're done, it's like almost 2 p.m. And I can tell you, I do not know where the last 3 hours went. Because like it's not like we were shopping and stuff. I got a drink because I hadn't had lunch. Oh, I got this really great juice, y'all. It's a 100% juice. Mango, pineapple, orange. Delicious. Heaven. Like I need to stock up on that juice. And then I went to the ATM, I got some money, and I bought the coconut oil because I'm completely out of oil. And then my back started to hurt me the most. Like, uh, I'm in the supermarket, and I just want to get out of the supermarket because I've been in pain all day. But at this point, I've walked too much, and I just need my bed, and I forgot to get painkillers. Doctors are being like really stingy with painkillers, and I can't take ibuprofen because even if I take ibuprofen or any NSAIDs today and it doesn't trigger an asthma attack, it can like all of a sudden out of the blue I've mixed two things trigger an asthma attack. Um, and so I am now in pain, and now like it's like not a good thing to be talking to me. So I make it out of the supermarket. Um, my friend takes my bag, and I'm like, my bag isn't making my pain worse. Like the only thing that will make me feel better is laying down. Like walking is hurting. Like the bag isn't that, you know. But anyway, I'm still grateful she takes the bag. And so I get to the bus stop, but she had to pop into a store because she was trying to get some shoes for her daughter. So I'm waiting for her, and I get there, and there's nowhere to sit, and I literally cannot stand anymore. So I squat because while squatting, like the deep yoga squat, is uncomfortable for most people, it's fine for me. Like it's not an uncomfortable position for me. So this lady, oh, I forgot to tell her about the man I cursed out. So I don't know if this happens where you live, but people hang outside the supermarket and like offer you help. But what they mean when they offer you help is that when you get where you're going, you're supposed to give them money. So the guy's like, "Do you need help?" And I'm trying to pull out. I'm like, "No, thanks." And he's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Leave me alone." Because one thing I hate is strangers when you're sick asking you what's wrong with you and insisting that you tell them. Like, some of them are genuinely concerned, but when it's a man, I really don't give a fuck. I have had too many experiences of not being well and being like, people asking me what's wrong with me saying it's personal, and them insisting that I tell them, like, there's nothing that, oh my god, Toya. That sucks. So I cursed him. Like, when my pain has reached the point that it was at, I really don't give a fuck. If you have reached, like, it, no. Like, learn to have respect. I know it's like if they offer help, I'm obligated to take it. No, I'm not. I'm not obligated. I didn't even notice the burp, Sharon. I'm not obligated. Like, people have to respect people saying no. So, so I get to the, so that's one. So they were trying my patience. So I get to the bus and I go in this deep squat. Um, this lady is upset because the buses are only supposed to seat 10 people instead of the capacity 16. But what they're doing is they're sitting 15 people and leaving a space between the bus driver. So the bus driver is the only person who gets a buffer. Everyone else gets someone sitting right up in their personal space. And so she was pissed off about that. And so like I just like got out of the way and I just went into a deep squat because my other option was to sit on the dirty ass ground. And I didn't want to do that. And I knew I'd be fighting the squats. And she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No." She's like, "You're not okay?" I'm like, "No." I don't understand why people are asking you, "Are you okay?" And when you say no, they're upset. If you're asking, "Are you okay?" you should understand that no is an option. It's an option. It's an option. Like, when you ask someone, "Are they okay?" always know that no is an option. They just want you to say, "Yes, I'm fine." You know, they just want you to say, "Yes, I'm fine." And tomorrow, if you die, they'll be like, "I asked her if she was okay. She said she was fine." But when you say no, it's not that they go like, "Can I help?" The people who are asking, "Are you okay?" are usually not the people when you say no, go, "How can I help?" or something like that. No. Um, hold on. So my friend finally shows up and you get on the bus. And the way this seat is on the bus, it's like one long seat, but it's like three individual seats. So it's slightly raised between the seats. See, I understand that, Laurie, but my goal is so that they stop asking people, "Are you okay?" Like that's a rhetorical question. "Are you okay?" is not a rhetorical question. This got me when I first came to the US, because when I was growing up in St. Lucia, like how hi, how are you was an invitation to a conversation. Like people would be like, "Hi, how are you?" Then you'd sit and you'd talk and you see how your kids are doing or your parents are doing, and the older people would talk about their knee. Is it better? Like it mind warped me when I would answer in a full sentence and I'd be like, "Not, I'm not doing so great today," or I'd be like, "I passed my exam." Like you asking me how am I? You know, use the proper terms. I don't care that everybody has been socialized. Use the words you mean. You can say hi without saying how are you. You want to feel better about asking me how I want, with how I am, without actually asking me how I am. I no, no, I'm not. I did not sign that social contract. Exactly, Toya. Exactly what I'm saying. So we got on the bus. I'm in the end, and my friend is sitting next to me. Now, riding the bus is really hard for me. Even before I got this sick, like riding the bus usually meant like it like wipes me out. And I noticed one of the reasons is because sometimes people will like lean on you and put all their weight on you, and my back cannot handle it. And also, if my hips are tilted because I'm not sitting correctly in the seat, it will also hurt my back. So I'm sitting there, and this lady comes, and she has tons of bag, and my friend is moving over for her, and I'm like, no. She's like, no. My friend says, "Is this seat for three people?" I'm like, yeah, because I'm wondering why the hell she's moving over. And she's like, she told the child to sit there, and she expected to sit next to the child. And I was like, no, no, I am paying my full price for one seat on the bus. This is not an emergency. It's not late at night. She can take another bus. People are wearing masks. Like that's one thing, is that people are wearing masks. People like we, as a country as a whole, we might be heavily anti-vax, but we are not anti-mask. It's not a topic I want to get into. But I'm sitting on the bus, right? And I'm like, no. So this lady's coming and she's like telling the child to sit, and she's like, she's just going to sit next to me. I'm not going very far. I don't give a fuck, because when I'm squished in the corner, my already hurting back and hips are gonna hurt even more, and I'm going to be in pain for 3 to 5 days. It's going to take me a while to recover. I'll not be able to do the things that I haven't been able to do for weeks. I've been trying to clean my room for 2 weeks. I only just got around to changing my sheets. Like, no. So I told her, I'm like, no. She's like, but I'm not going for. I'm like, I do not feel well. She's like, oh, you don't feel well? That's so sad. I'm not going far. I told her, my back hurts, my hips hurt, and I do not want anybody squeezing my back and my hips. And she's like, well, since I'm not going far, I didn't want to take up the space. No, that's not what it is. What it is she simply does not want to pay for the child, which is another pet peeve of mine. People treating children like they're not real people. And also, I'm in pain. Everything is too much. And it's like, I can see that you're in distress, you know. Why the fuck are you still talking to me? She's like, she's still going on. She's like, well, can I pray for you? And I was just like, oh my God. And she's like, can I pray for you? I'm like, you can do whatever you want. And then the lady starts right then First, she's like, you can come. I can give you a massage. I'm like, no. Like, I do not know you. Why do you think that you can heal me? Like, I simply told you one thing. I do not want to be squished in the corner. Like, I am so tired. So tired of telling people what I need to be well, and them because it slightly inconveniences them looking for every other solution when I have told you what the solution is. I'm tired of having that argument with people who wear perfume and who want to be able to come into my space wearing perfume. And they want to be like, what if you not wearing the motherfucking perfume doesn't do anything to you. You wearing the perfume around me can potentially kill me. Like, why is that even an argument? Ugh. Then this lady is like, offered the massage. I said no. Then wants to pray. Then apparently wishes her hand towards me, but God knows that bitch didn't touch me because I would have punched her in the face. I don't know if she was touching my friend. And this bitch is like, you just have to believe and God will heal you. That is like my pet peeve. Like, she does not know people who have said that to me have died before me. Like, I don't mean to be harsh. It's just what happened. I didn't kill them. They told me if I believed, I would be healed, and now they're dead. Like, that's not how it works. Like, prayer is not, God is not a genie. God is not a wish machine. So anyways, I have some baked chicken. And I tried to make like a flatbread thing. It didn't really come out so well. And that's what happened. And now I'm here. I took a shower. And I was like, everyone's gonna be wondering where I am. And y'all were all wondering where I was. But I'd already run out of data. So I didn't even use that much data. I do not know how the data works with the food company because I never leave the house. Oh, Sharon. God is not a wish machine. I just get so frustrated when people are so mad when they're inconvenienced, like by my illness. Like I'm choosing to be sick. And like, people don't understand. There comes a point in time where you have to accept the reality of your chronic illness. And accepting that a chronic illness is chronic is not giving up. Because like, you're not going to lose your, like, you will literally lose your mind. Like, my mom was already know I'm done trying. Like, people in St. Lucia will drink every random crap in the book. And I have, like, you can see these like really white spots. Like, you can see those are insect bites that my skin got bleached because the idiot doctor gave me steroid medication when I was a baby. And at one point in time, someone told my mother to get horse shit. That's right, you heard me right. Horse poop, horse doo-doo. Squeeze the horse doo-doo out and take what that oil they said that would come out of it and rub it on the spot so my skin would get back to its normal color. I told my mother she was not doing that shit on me. And she's like, no, I wouldn't do that. And then I told her, I am fine. I told my mother, I'm fine. It's okay. Look, my mom put glycerin, like pure glycerin, on my skin. Because my mom felt really bad because she was the one who put the cream on my skin. But I literally had open sores. Like, she took me to a dermatologist. She didn't know that the dermatologist did not finish dermatology school. She did her best for me. And like, I have never been mad at my mom about the spots on my legs. Like, people would freak out about it. And I told my mother, it's fine. It does not bother me. I don't mind. Like, I told her, I'm like, you're not putting anything else on my skin. I'm like, it's fine. I am really good at accepting things I cannot take. Things like accepting things like I'm really good at accepting things I cannot change. Like a spot on my skin is nothing, you know? Like I'm fine. I'm fine. You know? I know if horse poop, if my choices are horse poop or die, I'm sorry. I'm one of those people who are not afraid of dying. I always say death is harder on the living. It is. Everybody dies. It's not like we'll not die eventually. So I know it's morbid, but so anyways, I don't know how many rants that counts as. I know eventually I'm going to have to leave the house to get groceries. I also got a phone call while I was at the supermarket from a call center. A friend of my mom asked me if I wanted to work there. And I was like, they have my resume on file. They can call me. But what she doesn't realize is that I have questions for them. Because I don't, like, as much as I desperately need the money, and I mean desperately, it would suck the life out of me if what they were doing was cold calling people. I like, they're only paying $9 an hour, which is essentially $3 an hour, which makes me understand why they established call centers in the Caribbean, because when I was in university, I got paid $11 an hour, I want to say, if not $14 an hour. I got paid $14 an hour, and then they outsourced it. And yeah. So like, no one in the US would work for $3 an hour at a call center. But now, because of the pandemic, they're doing work from home. So like, I have questions, you know? So I'm telling her, this is like at the height of my pain, y'all. So I'm telling her, I'm in the supermarket right now. So call me back like a different day. And she's like, well, you call us and let us know when you're available. I'm like, I'm literally telling you, I'm always at home. I'm not going anywhere for the next week. So call me whenever. And she's like, well, you call me and let me know. I'm like, I do not have any minutes. I will not be calling you. Like, you call me. I told y'all to call me. There's a reason, because I'm like, I don't have any minutes. She's like, well, you call us when you have minutes. She does not know that the last time I put minutes on my phone was September. And I only put minutes on my phone today because I wanted to DM Lori while I was out. And that data didn't last any amount of time, so that was a waste. So like, I need to know what the job is. I'm not just going to like automatically like just jump on a shitty call center job. If it's customer service, if I don't need a PC based laptop, then yeah. But if you need a laptop to do the job and they're not going to provide you with one, then I can't do it. I'm not going to waste half an hour of my time. I'm not going to waste half an hour of my time doing that when I'm trying to get my channel to the place that I want it. So we'll see how that goes. Because the shitty thing about that call center is I applied to the call center when I was just starting my yoga business and I didn't have much contracts. And so they did not hire me because I have a degree. And the people who were the St. Lucians who were in management position were afraid I would take their job. Like, I literally just wanted to do something for a few months while I built up the yoga business, because I got let go from the teaching job. That's a whole other story. And so, why has my life been this hard? And then, when my yoga business was doing really well, they and they were paying more back then too. They were paying $14 an hour. When they called me, I was like, I don't have time to come and work for you right now. So now there's more call centers in St. Lucia, but also people are just leaving. So we'll see how it goes. God, my back hurts. Oh, so now they're like actively looking for people, but I really don't. I do want to get like a nice part-time work from home job. But the thing is, a lot of the jobs where you can do like writing and stuff, you have to be American for a lot of the places, because the companies don't want to deal with like the tax situation of hiring someone who's not a US citizen. And also, I don't want to do the applying for jobs, sprucing up of your resume, copy and pasting, like being poor is expensive. Anyways, y'all, I had this is interesting. This is very interesting. Okay, y'all. I promised y'all though I would update y'all on the Sophia situation. I didn't have time to look up if anything had happened. But I'm definitely convinced that a lot of things were made up. Okay, let me check my phone because I've been gone all day. I'm going to give y'all, let me see if I get a commercial to play for y'all. Oh, y'all, let's watch the Fergie National Anthem video again.
The Star Spangled Banner, Fergie.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free and the home of the brave. Let's play some basketball.
Okay, y'all, I'm back. Mom didn't know I was home. She just came down. Um, so you know what, Sharon? I wish I had some tea to sip on that. Um, What was I going to say? Okay. Uh, Okay, yeah. So I don't remember what I told you all about the whole Sophia situation. All I remember is it took an hour. So, um, there was a long Twitter thread from ooh, um, that actually sounds interesting. Okay, so I used this hand to put diclofenac cream on my back on the bus, and it still smells of the diclofenac cream. Okay, I think I've had enough chips. Laurie! Okay, so there's a long thread on Twitter from someone who claims to be Sophia's cousin in the UK about how Sophia came to stay with them and she ended up borrowing Sophia money. And Sophia promised her friends that she would get them music deals or some sort of deal on a project in LA where they would become famous. Same theme, same thing. Sophia promises people she will make them famous and doesn't deliver. But then, did I tell y'all? Did I tell y'all about the podcast? Because then they were saying there's an episode of the podcast where two of the main look at how much paler my hand is than my face, y'all. My mom says I was born like this. Um, tell me about it. Okay, so there was a podcast, like older episode of the two of the main people's podcasts, and they said that there's like one episode um where they were talking about like you don't have to look a certain way to get men to pay for things. They know this one Somali girl, and um and she gets men to pay for her flights and her hotel rooms and her food and stuff. And then there's another episode where they talk about the weekend in Vegas that supposedly, according to a friend of Sophia, that she was assaulted and one of the influencers was in the room while she was assaulted. But then that same influencer, one says he left early and the other one said he was passed out. He was so drunk he was passed out. So who knows? But and then there's an older tweet of one of those same influencers where he says like his friend just got $1 million deposited into her account and she's calling the bank to try and find out what's going on. So what they're trying to say, y'all sure I didn't tell this part yet. So what they're hypothesizing is that she had been assaulted, and then they were trying to get her to sign an NDA. So they deposited $1 million into her account. But if since she didn't use the $1 million, they put her through the $10 million, because if she had used the money, it would be like she would not be able to like sue them or something like that. So there was also an Instagram post. Now, I didn't see the actual Instagram post, like an Instagram post where someone said Sophia, like it was the person was saying they're Sophia, and Sophia, she's Sophia, and she's like she's safe, she's um they know why she got the money, they know the reason why she got the money, or something like that. So then Jeff Wittek, who said, oh, before that, so I was in a space on Twitter, and someone called Camille came in. Now, Camille might be the first person who actually talked about Sophia. Um, does that hand smell of? Oh, that smell is from my hair. Okay, I need to tie my hair. So Camille is the person who posted about Sophia back in May before all this kicked up, and so I'm trying to finish the story, and then I'll come back to your comments, so y'all can keep commenting. I'll come back to them. So um so Camille was one of the first people who talked about Sophia. She said Sophia owed her money, and then she threatened to have Sophia deported, and oh, and that's how come Sophia ended up paying her back. So she came into the space, and she, like, the space was talking about what was said on the podcast, and like how that tied into what was said previously, etc., etc. So they were saying, based on those podcasts, the influencers that were saying they didn't know Sophia, that were saying Sophia was a hanger on, Sophia was a stalker, like, on based on the podcast, they definitely been hanging out with her more than like stalker level. So that's what they were talking about, like based on the podcast and what was said in the first set of spaces, etc. Because I didn't listen to the first space, but basically, like, the influencers were like saying stuff about Sophia that was racially tinged, like calling her dirty and ghetto. And the one person, Susie, who's in David Dobrik's vlog squad, she was apparently the person that was like the most vocal, and like I actually did hear a part of that where she says if she sees Sophia, she's going to unalive her. And so um my brain just stopped. So there's that. So then, in a another, like, more recent podcast, oh wait, I was telling you about Camille. So Camille comes into the space, and she's like, y'all don't even know Sophia, I've met Sophia, this is what Sophia did to me, blah 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 blah. So because a lot of people were saying that it seems weird that all these influencers know each other, they could get in contact with each other, um they could get in contact with each what the fuck just happened? Oh, oops, that was my fault. They could get in contact with each other without 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 having to do it openly. Like, they could contact each other on the phone, they could Zoom. I mean, it's the year of our pandemic season 2, so they didn't have to come on Twitter Spaces. So it's kind of suspicious that they're meeting to talk about Sophia on Twitter Spaces in public when they all run in the same circles. So between that, the fact that we have not heard from Sophia, the fact that Sophia claims she was assaulted, and that it seems like and then they're saying they saw that she had $11 million in her account, and she was afraid to use the $11 million because of what it would mean for her legally. It's all seeming rather suspicious. So Camille comes into the space, she's hyped, And they're like, but Camille, you didn't get, like, they were like, Camille, so you didn't get scammed. You got your money back. So what exactly is your problem? So she's like, they were like, well, we're definitely not talking about you because you're a regular person. She's like, so you're not, you're an influencer. She's like, you're not. They're like, you're not famous. You're just a regular person. She's like, yeah, I'm just a regular person that she scammed. She claimed Sophia called her from LA, said she had nowhere to go. She paid for a hotel room, $250 for a hotel room. I haven't stayed in a hotel in a long time. The last hotel I stayed in was when my brother died, and it cost like, my friend booked it. They were supposed to charge her credit card. They didn't. I just ended up paying for it. It was like $110. It was an airport hotel, and Camille claims she paid $250 for a hotel plus a flight. Yo, these people always be paying for a flight for a girl. Like, I wish I could get people to just pay for a flight for me. And she's like Camille said Sophia said she couldn't send it to her through PayPal right now because it was taking a while because of the different currency and whatnot. And then she threatened to deport her. She got her money back. So they're like, okay, so you're just a regular person, so um and you got paid back. So, like, what's your gripe? Because at one point in time, at a certain point, it seemed like they were just trying to, like, dirty Sophia's name, like, to discredit her. Like, you can believe a scenario where Sophia has been assaulted and a campaign is put on to discredit her so that we see her as a liar, and if she comes forward, no one will believe her. You can see that. I'm not saying that's what happened, but you can see that as a thing that happens. And so, like, in the middle of them being like, okay, Camille, so you're just a regular person, so okay. And I can't remember exactly what they said, and Camille was like, y'all don't know who I know. I know Jack Harlow's dancers. I know Jack Harlowe. And we were like, okay, so you're famous adjacent. So what are you trying to say? Because, like, the whole point is that they were saying that Sophia said she was with Jack Harlowe, and they were also saying that, like, she had been pregnant for him, that he she had an abortion, and, like, all of that stuff. And um so it's like, and then there's a video from a few months ago, around the same time that Sophia was saying she was with Jack Harlowe, of her of Jack Harlowe during his show talking about Somali girls. And I'm just like, at this point, I don't know what to believe. And to be fair, like, I was just like, this is a story. This is what's happening. But yeah, y'all. Oh wait, I forgot to tell y'all about Jeff Wittek. So Jeff Wittek, who had previously been, like, one of the most vocal people, who'd said, like, Sophia called him, and um and he she called somebody, not Sophia, somebody else called him, told him Sophia was in trouble, she needed somewhere to stay, so he gave Sophia his credit card information, and, like, apparently he'd made it seem as though Sophia had, like run up his credit card. But there's a video of him just a few days ago saying that, like, he doesn't feel he was scammed. It was only $200, and he gave her the money. He didn't expect her to pay it back because, like, she was in trouble, and he doesn't mind $200. And never trust an influencer. Y'all know T says never trust anyone with a Morphe code. Never trust an influencer. And yeah, these influencers who I never watched, and you'll probably never watch. They made like a huge deal. It just occurred to me that I could straighten my hair while we were there talking, but I have to get up, so that's not going to happen. They made these influencers. Remember in the beginning of the pandemic when they were like having the worst time because like their whole brand is partying, like vlogs about going to parties, partying and pranks. Like that's their whole brand. That's the content they make, and that's what they got famous of showing people they are partying, their extravagant lifestyle, and their vlogs. And I don't know where I was going with that thought, but let me check in with the chat. Let's see. Yes, here we go. Yeah, Sharon said fame isn't that great in my opinion. Like, I don't want to be famous. I started my YouTube channel as a way to share my yoga. And then, like, a lot of my early videos are just yoga. And then I realized, like, people would be like, I don't have time to come to yoga. That's too much for me. I'm like, oh, if you cannot afford my rates, go to my YouTube channel. And then I realized that people thought like being a yoga teacher was being like not being angry. Speaking of which, I when I went on Instagram, I saw Diane Bondi had a thing posted on. Let me go check it real quick. And like eating a certain way, and like people just had expectations. Okay, okay. She just it's probably like routine stuff, and so I started doing like vlogs, and then I got into reusable menstrual products, so I started doing period vlogs too. And then when the pandemic happened, I like really tried to see if I could make Facebook be my source. I mean, Facebook, YouTube be my source of income. But like, I do not want to be famous. Like, if I have one video go viral, like hit 1 million views, I'm gonna like take all that money, like save a good chunk of it, and try to build a house and buy a car. Like I just need to make enough money to build a house and buy a car, and then I can just make enough money every month to be able to like buy groceries and medicine, and that's all I need. Like I don't need everybody to know me. Um so anyways. So yeah, so that's how comes like I end up like doing so much on YouTube because like I've been on YouTube for a while. In 2015, to go live on YouTube, like I don't know, I didn't know about like streaming software and stuff. You used to have to like do a Google Hangout and then like link the Google Hangout to your YouTube. Like going live on YouTube used to be hard. Like you couldn't just press go live like now. You had to like do a Google Hangout and then like get whatever. I think you have to get the stream key from Google Hangout and put it in YouTube. I have like a few lives from back then. They're not great. So they're not great. They're probably privated. I think they're privated. Um um so oh yes. So then Sharon is like, hell no, I will look like I don't understand. Like people get off on being famous. No, I just want enough money to survive. I just want food. It's all about food for me. Okay, let's see. Like who's like to be fair, I've worked at resorts that are quite expensive, but like when I went to the US in um 2019 for my bar training, I pretty sure I paid like $100 for 4 nights. Um anyways, like in the age of Airbnb, maybe there's no Airbnbs in like downtown LA or anything. I don't know. I've never been to LA. Oh, me changing the face of yoga one tantrum at a time. Like I do not understand. It's like I booked like you booked a hotel room for someone else at 250. Like that's a choice. Like 250 is just money you just spend. Like you just spend 250 like that. I don't know. Aw, thanks, Toya. Like I really want to just do like like video essays, social commentary. Like I wish I had a setup where I had like an iPad right here and like directly on top of the camera so I could read. Like the times I've done like a full script where I'm like reading off a script, it's either been like off to the side or slightly below, and you can see like that I'm reading, and I don't know how to not do that, um but like I really just want to do like my video essays and my social commentary and the occasional like makeup or skincare or something. um I That's why I want to change the channel name, and I thought I'd found a name: Being Mo. And do you know that's taken too? So right now I'm thinking about it's Mo's World. But like, will people remember that? And then just after I was like had the thing where I was talking to y'all about how I want to change the channel name, I saw that Alicia changed her channel name from Kinky Sweat. And like the thing is, I have another channel that doesn't actually have content, Moneta Wilson. I've been desperately trying to get access to it, but YouTube is like zero customer service. Cause I actually have like private videos on there of the kids. So that sucks. Like if you go, you search it and it has a cool picture from when my hair was relaxed and like from my going away party from my job in the Bronx. Um okay, so speaking of canceled, do y'all want to talk about Dave Chappelle? Yo, I have no idea how much of my hair was cut off. Oh. Oh! I'm okay. I'm okay. I just, the way I sat, when I sat up, it just hurt my tummy. I'm okay. Thank you. Mooniverse. Yeah. But I've been looking at a lot of the channels, the beauty channels, like I feel like right when I took my break from life, um I didn't realize that like it seems like when I took a break, a lot of people also took a break. So while I thought like I was the only one going through the valley of the shadow of no YouTube, a lot of people were also going through it. And I realized like a lot of beauty channels, somewhere in the last like 8 months, their views drastically decreased. Like channels that were routinely getting like 70,000 to 100,000 views are only getting like, some of them like 1,000, 2,000. To go from to go from 70,000 views to 1,000 views. Wow. Wow. Like I realized a lot of the beauty channels views have significantly dropped. And then did y'all see T's video where she was talking about what's working now on YouTube and what isn't working, and um about how like controversy is what's like really selling it. And like I've had a few big videos. Let me pull up my analytics. Oh look, oh my god. Okay, let me look at like my big videos. Like I did like my tatty short has a lot of views. It's like at 1.5k views. I'm really hoping I get a shorts bonus this month. It's at 1.7k. My Sophia short, my John Mulaney short has still been getting like decent views. Um, and then walking around, rocking around Castro St. Lucia has consistently been getting okay views. So it like consistently makes about $3 a month, which is good. What the hell is qbn.com? Um, mm, what am I saying? I'm trying to do. I'm trying to see like what other videos have been doing well. But like my video on last month, was it did okay. Um hold on, let me sort my views. Um what's its name? There we go. The video about the activist that did okay for my channel. Like it got big really quick. So like what T was saying about like if you make a video about a mainstream celebrity, it like it'll do well. Like that's kind of like what YouTube's pushing right now. Okay, so let's see. Like that's the thing. Like people are like canceled. No, no. Like who was the last person who was canceled? They all came back. They're all doing fine. Like first of all, they're all doing fine. All the people who've been canceled are all doing fine. They don't have to go into a supermarket and decide whether or not they're gonna get milk or bread. They get milk, they get bread, they get truffles, they get pasta, they get everything they want. So like you haven't been canceled. You have a house, you have a house, you have food, you're still working, you're still making money that you don't need to survive. Like a lot of those people who've been canceled, if they never worked again, they might be okay. I don't know. Because some of these people do have the extravagant lifestyle anyways. Um I have seen Jesse's um Jesse's video. And then I watched Cat Black has made 2 videos, and I watched her most recent video because I didn't want to watch her first video because I kind of feel like she would be like, I'm not offended, which watching her second video, that's what she did. Because I cannot remember exactly, but I know that Thorn has said some things critical of Cat Black. And I know Thorn doesn't always like Jesse's take on things. So Thorn just doesn't watch Jesse's video. But I know like based on my recollection, Thorn may not agree with Jesse, but Thorn thinks Cat's takes are harmful. Um which is the way I feel like right now, because Cat Black, I know Cat Black has done problematic things, and I'll scroll all the way down and come back up. Um um uh Sharon, walking around St. Lucia does well. I wish I had the resources to do more of those videos, to be honest. Like those and social justice videos are really like what I wish I had the resources to do. Okay, let's go back up. So I don't know what I want to say about Cat Black. I want to Shakespeare. Quite a few people talked about it. So okay. Okay, I think we're good with the comments. So okay. So two things happened that I was like, can't like see, here's my problem with a lot of the oppression that I see. The fact remains that the people doing the oppressing are looking for every reason to admit, every reason to find a fault, because they cannot admit that they do not want the other person to exist. They recognize that how they think and or feel about another human being not having the right to exist, because it's all about people like having the right to exist, and them not being able to flat out kill you, and because they know that's wrong, they're going to dictate the conditions under which they will allow you to exist. So we had J.K. Rowling, who, and I think like it's important to have J.K. Rowling in to mention it, because after all, that's who Chapelle brought up in his special. Okay, that one is too tight too. So J.K. Rowling basically said that 3 trans activists doxed her by posing in front of her house in a manner that exposed her address. I didn't even notice the burp again, Sharon. So, so, so but here's the kicker. And then she like there's like a lot of levels to the tweets, like or the series of tweets or the thread that she posted. But here's the thing. J.K. Rowling's address is easily available because it's listed on several websites as like a historic site. Like you can Google her address. So like they didn't really dox her. So then there's like a list of names of people that she said like were fighters, etc., etc. But those people have actually doxed trans people. Like I feel as though like like doxing a public landmark is different than putting someone whose address is not publicly available out there. Um, but that being said, when I was trying to go to Library of Congress and I was on the wrong street, I ended up at the Supreme Court and I was very confused. And then the security guard came up to me and then I was very afraid. I'm like reading the inscription on the Supreme Court and I'm like, this is not the Library of Congress. I should know what this building is so I can figure out where and I'm looking at the map and I'm like, where the fuck am I? Um and the security guard was like, what are you looking for? I'm like, Library of Congress. And I look down again. I'm like, I think I'm lost. And he's like, no, it's that building over there. And I was like, how do I get there? And he told me, and I was like, oh, like, what building is this? Where am I? It's like the Supreme Court. I'm like, oh, okay, bye. Ran away. It was like probably also weird because I was wearing yoga clothes and a backpack. Um, but I was so scared, and then I went to the Library of Congress, and I love the Library of Congress. Like I love the Capitol building. I love the Library of Congress. I'm not surprised that the riots happened because, like, I don't know if like ley lines or any of those things are real, but like when I was at Congress, like I had like a surge of energy, like I could do anything because supposedly I can like be really connected to the ground, and like some places it's easier to be grounded. And like when I went for Reiki in Connecticut, she said that my problem, like I wasn't feeling well in Connecticut because the ground is so hard, and I was so used to being on the ground in St. Lucia, so like I wasn't properly calibrated for living in Connecticut. But like I'm just like when I went to Congress, I was like, yeah, I don't know what exactly is going on, but I can see how being here could make people feel powerful, and that could be something that they can be addicted to. Um, anyways, I have digressed from the topic. So I am rambling. So so that was the first thing that happened. Then Dave Chappelle keeps going, I'm cancelled. Like, um, here's the thing about a lot of black men. Actually, a lot of people in positions of power. A lot of people in relative positions of power. Oh, Sharon, the Library of Congress is the best. The only thing I think that's like also really cool is the UN, because the UN has like amazing art from all over the world. But other than the UN, like for like places you should visit, Library of Congress, because because I got to see the Gutenberg Bible. Like I literally, one of the main reasons I went to Library of Congress was to see the Gutenberg Bible. And like I'm glad I got to go by myself, because a lot of the time when you go places like that, like I went to um a museum of art in Chicago, and like I literally did not get to enjoy it because they were just like rushing from room to room, and I was like, I would like to see this somewhere. I would not like to do more than a flyby. Anyways, I'm rambling again. I'm off topic. What was I talking about? Dave Chappelle. So Dave Chappelle had um Dave Chappelle had a show at Madison Square Garden where he said some stuff, right? and it was pretty bad stuff. And his friends were there, which Dave Chappelle had said he was not going to talk about LGBTQ issues. Oh, I forgot. Before I said that, what I was saying is that people who remember I was telling you all about the hierarchy of people who are not white men, who in a marginalized group, their goal is not like liberation. Their goal is to have the same power as white men so that they can then do the things that white men do. So Dave Chappelle said some stuff in Madison Square Garden because, when you're canceled, you get to go to Madison Square Garden. Now, Dave Chappelle's school were going to name something after him, I think, or something, and they'd canceled it. But Dave Chappelle went anyway to the school, who kind of feel like they owe him because he's like raised a lot of funds for the school. And it's a performing arts school as well. So they got like the kids together and they allowed him to talk to the kids in the auditorium, where he continued um he continued to punch down. Like the kids would ask him like, are you aware you're being harmful, blah blah blah, and he's like, are you famous? Well, when you're famous, talk to me, was basically what he said. He basically dismissed them and told them like they didn't have enough clout, so they didn't get to tell him what to do. They're like, when you have a Netflix special, you can decide, you can make those decisions. He like was like, I make more decisions, more important decisions that have more impact than you ever will, stuff like that. And like you can just clearly see that he's power hungry. And I know it's breaking a lot of people's heart because they want to remember him as Dave Chappelle, who walked away from the Dave Chappelle show because he realized the harm he was doing. And it's like, how does he not realize the harm he's doing right now? And Dave Chappelle has a documentary coming out. He could have taken the time to like the documentary he has is all about how like he brought people together during the pandemic, how he had a positive impact on on his community. He helped businesses stay open in his community. Like he could have leaned into the uplifting inspiration porn. But did he do that? No. Like he decided to do outrage marketing with the closer instead. And I'm just like, you think people keep making excuses for him, but I can't help but think that he knew exactly what he was doing. Either that or he's not okay. And I don't want to put it on mental illness because mental illness doesn't make you make you ill. Shows would book Dave Chappelle late night talk show. Right now, Dave Chappelle could be on all the late night talk shows talking about his documentary. But Dave Chappelle woke up and chose violence, literally, because Dave Chappelle is jealous that as a black man, he has not made the same strides that white gay people have. But Dave Chappelle is erasing black trans people. And he's also because a lot of the people who watch Dave Chappelle are in black communities. He's making it harder for black trans people to live in their communities. He's rewriting the story of his trans friend, who that was like a big thing in Jesse's video, and I've actually seen a lot on Twitter about it, where he's both saying that his friend, that the trans lady like stood up to people for him, etc., etc., that he is saying that the trans lady he talks about was not hurt by Dave Chappelle jokes, but she was so hurt by the trans community she killed herself. That's the narrative he's spinning, which her friends are saying is not the narrative. Like, he's doing so much harm. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. When someone in a marginalized community like says your actions are harming the community, when a large group of people tell you that your actions are harming the community, stop the actions. Like, what is it? Like, I didn't watch Dave Chappelle's special, so I don't know how much of his joke is trans stuff. But is it so I'm not going to say it's not an option. um it's not an option. I'm not going to say it's an option to take out the offensive jokes from the special. But y'all, when Elliot Page came out as trans, Netflix rewrote not just the description of everything that Elliot Page was. If you search for Elliot Page's dead name on Netflix, I do not think you will find it. Maybe if you search Elliot Page's dead name, it might come up with Elliot Page. That might be a back end of the thing. But they did not change just the description of the projects that Elliot Page was in. When you go on Umbrella Academy and you watch old episodes of Umbrella Academy, the title pages, like, the starring says Elliot Page. So Netflix went in and changed every past episode of however many seasons of Umbrella Academy and any other. I'm not sure if they did that for everything, but I know they did it for Umbrella Academy. So why is it Netflix can do that? And I do not know where I was going with the point. I do not know where the point was for where I was going with this. But what I was saying is, like, there is so much that Dave Chappelle could talk about right now. The pandemic jokes just write themselves. I don't know if it was filmed before January 6th, but like the jokes write themselves. And like Toya says up there, like, no one can tell you one line that's funny. Like, I like dark humor. When I was recently, like, early diagnosed with endometriosis, I used to be on this endometriosis board that was hilariously dark. Like, hilariously dark. Like dark to the point where at least once a week someone would make a joke about using the laptop as a heating pad, and hoping the radiation from the laptop would cure the endometriosis or something like that. But there was something else I wanted to talk about. Okay, Laurie. I think it's a large percentage. Like, you know what? Let's move on to like another funny story. Well, it's not funny. So this lady, a black lady, left like Baltimore, I want to say, or Maryland or Virginia, anyway, DMV area. Bought a ticket, flew to Utah, made a TikTok about flying to Utah to meet a man she'd met 2 days ago. And she hasn't posted any TikTok since then, but she's responded to DMs, and she's also she's responded to DMs, and she's also what's the word? She's also like responded to comments to say she's okay, she's fine, blah blah blah. It's not just me, right? That's wild, right? To like if like I met a man on the internet and he was paying for my ticket, I might consider going out to see him. Maybe. You see, my brain is like, would you though? Would you? Would you? But yeah, it sounds sketchy, right? Okay. All right. I think that's it for all the excitement I wanted to talk about this week. Oh, look at that. What I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to film my review of this salon. And um take some Benadryl and go to bed. That's what I think I'm gonna do. I might hop on Twitch tomorrow and stream, y'all. I've been streaming this game called My Talking Angela. I posted 2 shorts from it. Okay, let's see. I posted 2 shorts on the whole thing. Oh, there's the video I was telling you all about. Okay. Okay, I don't want to talk about any other things. Did I finish my hair story? About which hair story? About going to the salon today? I didn't really tell you all about the salon because I started doing like a vlog for it, but I was going to do that in like a video for Vlogmas. I haven't filmed, and I didn't film any videos this week at all. No, I just told y'all I went. Like I got there, I went. I didn't tell y'all any details because stay tuned. The video is coming. I'm gonna do like a separate video for that. Oh. Um. What was I saying? So next week, I'm not sure what videos you will get for next week, but Vlogmas will start next week, so I have to do some filming. I had a plan, but that's not. I keep burping and not even noticing. I'm not. Oh, oh. So what I saw. What did I watch this week? Who knows? Who knows? I did watch something. I watched The Great North. Did I tell you about The Great North? It's a cartoon. It has Dulce Sloan in it. And Dulce Sloan, speaking of people who travel, Dulce Sloan moved to Alaska to go live with a man she met on the internet in a movie quotes message board. But Dulce did make him, she did make him drive halfway to Seattle. She met him in a coffee shop in Seattle. Um, so Dulce Sloan moves to Alaska to live with this white family, and the season 1 is really good. Season 2 was so like it had a lot of like scary episodes, but I think episodes are still coming out. It's every week on Fox. So that's like been really good that I watched recently. I also made dumplings I'm actually working on that video. Um, I'm, I'm actually working on the video for the dumplings recipe. So I did film some this week because I made dumplings, and I also like got like a really good like flatbread recipe too. I've been using the Bob's Red Meal gluten free 1-to-1 flour that you're supposed to be able to um use just like to replace regular flour in your recipes, and it's pretty good. I was going to make a chocolate lava cake, but the cocoa powder that I like is a little more expensive than I could afford today, so I'm not gonna be making chocolate lava cake anytime soon. Um, I might make a banana cake though. Maybe. We'll see. I don't think I made anything. Oh, I need to order some wraps. My mom told me she would buy me some of the wraps. I think this week I put out the video about the wraps. Ooh, roasted parsnips and veg stuffed peppers. That sounds really good, Sharon. What else did I watch? I don't know what I watched this week. I've been watching this channel called Jolly that the like main person behind it, him and his wife almost deleted their channel because there was drama about one time they went to Korea and they broke the quarantine rules. It's like now every time you find a channel on YouTube, you have to go look up if there's drama about the channel. Um I think that's it, y'all. I'll probably stream games on Twitch over the next coming days. I'll try to have a new video out for y'all on Monday. Um, we'll have a 4400 live on Tuesday. Is Wednesday already December? Wait. If Wednesday is December, hold on. My birthday is Saturday. So Wednesday is December, which means ooh, that sounds even better. I love wild rice. Okay, Wednesday is December, so that means no, content schedule. That means that I'm going to have to um okay, I know what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to put on for Monday. Um I'm going to put I'm going to put the a hairstyle video for Monday, and then Tuesday is 4400 live, and Wednesday is the start of Vlogmas. Uh, okay, y'all. I am going to let y'all go make your dinners and such. I am feeling much calmer after the day I've had. It also helps that I have calories in my tummy. I'm going to hydrate, and if y'all are on Twitch, you might see me playing a game or two over there. And yeah, that's it for now, y'all. I hope y'all have a good day. Remember, you are important. Tell your friends to buy my books. Y'all, I need to do a book sale. Some sales and stuff for the holiday season. Eventually. Okay, everybody. Bye.